What happens when you take a rock star with a reputation for lighting things on fire and force her to write a song with a country singer who looks like he's never done anything wrong in his whole life? No, seriously. Like leather jackets, attitude, and zero patience meets cowboy boots, southern charm, and way too much composure. Because that's exactly what happens in Gone Country. One accidental collaboration, one song that was never supposed to work, and suddenly you've got rock and country colliding in the most chaotic way possible. And the worst part, it was good. Like hit song good, which means they can't walk away. Now it's loaded with tension, rivalry, and it's I cannot stand you mixed with why is this chemistry doing something? And honestly, someone's either falling or everything's about to burn. So today on Lidulterous, I'm sitting down with Hunter Snow to talk about Gone Country. And if you love enemies to lovers, music industry drama, and that one song that changes everything about energy, you're exactly where you need to be today. Let's break this down the Lidulterous way. I am so excited to have you on. Welcome, Hunter.
Thank you.
I was absolutely blown away when your book arrived, and I'm like, country, I can do this. So, why don't you tell everybody all about who you are as an author and what your book's about without spoiling too much?
Okay, I'll try. So I worked in I worked in the music industry for like 20 years. So I have like endless stories about rock stars and country singers and every genre you can imagine. And so that's my kind of jam is rock star romances. So when went to write Gone Country, I was like, why not have a female rock star and a male country singer accidentally write a song together, and they don't like each other anyway. So this happens, and then this song just blows up, like goes viral, and then they're forced to actually promote the song and go on tour together and all the things that she, especially Jamie, does not want to do with Clayton. She's just like, "Oh, really?" And then they go on tour. He's a single dad of twin girls. And really, she forms a bond with the girls, I would say, almost before
Yeah.
him. So, like, the girls are, you know, a bit of a catalyst for her to finally kind of give in to him. But there are lots of shenanigans that happen. They go on tour, bus pranks, all sorts of drama and things. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun.
It was so much fun. I had no idea when I cracked the book open that I was going to feel every single emotion on the spectrum from start to finish. I blew through it in one sitting. One
That's
sitting.
crazy. This is like 400 pages.
I know. I went to bed with the purpose of like reading for an hour and I was up till 10:45. I go to bed at 9. My husband's like, "Aren't you tired?" I'm like, "Yes, but I'm almost done."
Yeah,
And I
I
literally
fall into that trap all the time that I'm gonna read for an hour. 4 hours later, I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm
yeah,
not getting
may
anything
as well
done."
finish it. May as well finish. I had to know what happens. That's where I was at. I was like, I got to see how this pans out. I was you should have seen me. I looked like I'd been out drinking all night the next day. I looked like I'd been shooting vodka and whiskey with them. Like I was a mess, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Now you picked country music as kind of like the staple here, and I am well known for that not being my jam at all. Now, I'm more of a 90s kinda pop princess, a little bit of UK garage maybe, but is country music something that you enjoy, and can you line dance?
I'm not like, I know a lot about different genres because of my background in the music
Yeah.
industry, and I've been to tons of country events, and the country people are the nicest people in the world. They really, really are. But as far as music goes, I don't really listen to a lot of country. I'm more of a singer-songwriter, kind of that's kind of what I'm into right now. And when I was young, I was into, rock music. and that sort of thing. And no, I've never been line dancing, but I'm hoping to change that this year. I have 2 book signings this year in Texas. Yeah, so I'm really, really hoping to learn, and if I do, I will send you a video.
Please do.
And no, like, it's something I wanna do, but I've never been line dancing.
Oh my God. Okay, you have to definitely show me a video. So, I don't know if you know, I'm actually in Calgary, which is like the Canadian version of Texas.
No, it is.
You ca
I've been to Calgary tons, and I've
Really?
cowboys there, and, like, I've been to country bars there, but I've just never line danced.
Well, I was gonna say, if you actually came during Stampede, I bet you would have 1,000,000 people buy your book. 1,000,000 people. People that don't even like cowboy stuff will come here and just go crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, I'm from the UK, so this was strange moving here.
Oh, yeah,
They love
culture
their country
shock.
here.
Culture shock. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Calgary. It's, like, honestly, it's one of my favorite cities.
My God, that's wild. If you ever come here to do a signing, you must let me know. I will be there. I will get my copy signed.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So you mentioned Dolly Parton, which is probably the only country music singer I actually know. But do you have a favorite Dolly Parton song?
Of course. Everyone's favorite Dolly Parton song is Jolene.
It's pretty much the only one I know.
I mean, I know a lot of her songs, but, like, how can you go wrong with Jolene? It's like it's such a classic. It's such a good song. And
It's a solid song.
so many people have covered it too, and I love every cover. Like, I haven't heard, and it's the song. It's because the song is so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still to this day haven't heard a cover that, I mean, there's probably one out there that I wouldn't like, but I mean, it's such a good song. Oh,
It really is. It's probably one of the only country songs I've ever done on karaoke, and if you heard me sing, you'd definitely go, "Yes, that's a bad cover." But it was fun. I had a lot of fun, and it's funny because Dolly Parton actually has that reading program where she gives free
yeah.
books to kids in the US, and I thought that was a nice little nod to her. I don't know if you meant to do that, but
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, "Oh,
no,
that's
I
so
didn't.
cool."
I just love her.
Believe it or not being a country music person, I actually was really charmed by your book. So, I wanted to know what you would pick for yourself as a country music name if you were a singer, because I went with Billy Joe Tanner because my husband says I kinda look like a Billy.
Billy. Think that I would be a Tilly. Tilly
Yeah?
Tilly Campbell. Tilly's a good
Ooh, I love that.
yeah.
Ooh, that's saucy. I love it. Oh, okay. That combination of the pizza. Oh, it was absolutely disgusting. It was the only time in the whole book where I was like, oh my God, what are you doing to me? Pineapple and mushroom. Oh, God. But what's your favorite pizza topping? And who would you rather sit down to eat with? Would you rather prefer to sit down with Clayton or Jamie?
Really boring pizza person. I just like cheese. Like, that like,
Yeah.
my a perfect pizza, just cheese. And Clayton,
Just
I
cheese.
would sit down for dinner with Clayton just for the dad jokes.
No, you mentioned that she was getting so fed up with the dad joke. I had a good laugh at that. My husband tells terrible dad jokes. Terrible. One of the things I really enjoyed is that you made Clayton a single dad, and that's like my trope kryptonite right there. So I was already swooning over this dang cowboy because he had twin daughters. Now, what made you pick the single dad trope, and how easy was it to mix it in with the story of being on the road?
Thought it was really important for this story, because otherwise I don't think that Jamie would have softened. Like, I think that he needed to have the girls in order to make this story work. Because I really think without the girls, she would have just brushed him off entirely. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe
I
that too.
knew from like when before I even wrote it, I knew that that was going to happen. I knew that he was going to be a single dad. So,
Thought it was
yeah,
clever. I thought that the dog pregnancy thing was really clever too. It made me laugh so hard because she was so
so
mad.
mad, so mad.
I thought that was so funny. She was so mad. Ugh. And then I was thinking to myself, well, how did she not know that she wasn't fixed if she'd been to a vet at any point since having her? I'm like, they would have told her. I'm like, you can't be mad at him. It's not just his fault. I had a good laugh. It was hilarious. And him saying that he trapped her at the house too, because he was hoping to soften her up a little bit so she'd like him. I was like, dang, he is charming the pants off of me.
Yeah.
And I'm not a cowboy person. And I'm like, I kind of
Yeah,
adore him.
he's
Kind of
pretty
adore him.
charming.
Yeah, he really was. And I'm like, oh my God, I better not be hitting my cowboy era. If I hit my cowboy era, I'm gonna blame you. It's
I'll
all
take
your
it. I'll
fault.
take it.
No, I loved it. He was probably one of my favorite male characters so far this year. And I've read a lot of romancy stuff lately. So yeah, that was impressive. He's gonna live rent free in my head for a while.
He would love that.
Good. Because I am quite charming myself. You wrote one of my favorite lines so far this year in a book. And I'm just gonna add some context for my listeners because they were talking about Vincent van Gogh. And he said to Jamie, he said, "Didn't he chop off his ear?" And she retorts back, and this is where I was dying. I laughed for a good 5 minutes. And she wrote, "Yeah, and if he could have cut the other one off, if he'd had heard your music." And I laughed and laughed and laughed for ages. My husband was like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Because he sings country music." And she said he would have cut off his other ear if Van Gogh heard him singing. And he was like, "Actually, that is pretty funny."
Yeah, she's really fiery. Like, she doesn't miss a beat, right? Like, she's
No,
just, like,
she's
on it.
quick. Yeah, she's quick. I loved their banter all the way through. Now, obviously, you brought him into the mix for a reason, Van Gogh. Now, are you a fan of art? And if you are, what kind of art do you like?
I actually took art history, as part of my undergrad, at university. So, yeah, I do, and that's like I put museums and things in here because I love
Yeah.
museums and art history, and I just love walking through a museum and seeing, it almost takes you back in time. I just it's one of the things that I've always loved. So, yeah, I put that in there a little bit.
No, I loved it because I'm from the UK. We used to travel to London a lot
Oh,
when I was, when I was still living there. And I used to have a season pass to the Tate
oh,
Modern. And I used to just sit in there and stare at the
yeah.
paintings. It was one of my favorite places to go. So I loved that, and I love finding connections in books where I can feel a little bit of myself in there. So I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if you enjoy art because I don't know, your personality shone through so much. I wondered how much of the things inside the book were you." Yeah, I really liked that. I've got one question that I'm just pulling out of thin air. Have you ever been on a tour bus? Because you talk about tour
Many,
buses.
many,
Yeah?
many, many. Yes. Too many.
Are they as fancy as they look on
You know
TV?
what? It depends. I've been on, like, super ghetto tour buses, honestly, that, like, oh my god, like, not safe for your health, I'm sure. And then I've been on some fancy ones, and some of them are fancy, but I mean, it goes with, like, how big of an artist you are, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're a huge country artist or something like he is, he's gonna have, like, the best tour bus. But, yeah, they
Yeah.
really vary.
My
Yes.
goodness, because 'cause I'm like, I've seen stuff on TV and I'm like, I wonder just how glamorous it
Yeah.
really is.
They can be there it's just like a home. Like,
Yeah.
they're huge and they're beautiful and, bedrooms and a shower and, for the deluxe tour buses for sure. But, yeah, and then there are the other tour buses that, just, like, smell like decades of cigarette smoke and, you can't go to the bathroom on the bus, and it's a whole other thing.
Oh gosh. Okay, okay. I'm so glad that I've never been tempted by musicians because I don't think I can handle that. So do you play any instruments? If you did all this stuff in the music
Um,
industry, do you
I
play
can
anything?
play, piano terribly. Um, I can. I took lessons for
Love it.
years and years and years, as I was probably 6 or so, maybe a little older. Maybe I was 8. but I took like lessons for many, many, many years, never got any better.
My husband actually plays guitar. He plays guitar really well. And I was like, maybe you could teach me. And then I saw calluses on his
Yes.
fingers, and I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no, I don't
that's a
want that.
real thing. Yeah, for guitar players.
I was like, yeah, but he has. It's funny because we always joke he's got giant hands, but he plays guitar like he's got little like tiny girl hands. It's really weird to watch, but it looks really impressive. And I'm like, if you could do it, anyone could do it.
Yeah,
Oh no, no, I can't even.
drummers also have calluses on their fingers too, so yeah. Yeah,
My gosh, I
yeah.
didn't know that. Oh, yeah, I guess from. Oh
Don't
my god, I didn't know
don't ask
that.
me how I know.
I think we all have a good idea how you know now. So
Never
do
date
you
a
know?
drummer. It's the you no. Yeah.
No? Okay. It's a good thing I'm
Yes.
married. You've got these 2 amazingly different lead characters in your book. Do they did you base them on anybody in your real life, or did you literally just create these people out
Yeah,
of thin
no,
air?
no, not really. Yep, they're totally made up. I don't know either of these people, but I mean, when you're writing a book, it's like everyone you've ever met probably influences your characters, right? Like they're not
Yeah.
based on real people, but you know, do I know someone who has a little bit of Jamie in them? Sure. Do I know someone who has a bit of Clayton in them? Sure. So yeah, they're completely fictional.
No, I love that because I was like, a lot of authors will say things like, "Oh, I drew a little bit of inspiration from here." But I just 'cause they seem like such real people.
Thanks.
Like these people really exist somewhere out there in the world and you were just writing their story. And it was really bizarre for me because I can normally tell the difference. I'm not completely mental, but it just felt like I was like, I wonder if these people really exist and you were just kind of like fictionalizing them.
No, they don't. Yeah,
That's
that's the goal.
incredible.
Thank
That's
you.
so
Yeah, no,
incredible.
that's the goal when you're writing is to, make something as believable as possible. That's my goal anyway. I mean, other
Yeah.
writers maybe have a different approach. I don't know.
No, it's weird. Everybody has a different way of doing
Yeah.
things, but it was impressive. It was so impressive. I had an author and she was like, "Yeah, I based like this character was completely on a woman that I knew." And I thought, "Oh, she'll never read my book." And then she did, and she came up to me and said, "Oh, that character." She was like, "Oh my god, she's going to call me out." And she was like, "Oh, I didn't like her at all. Why did you write her?" She was like,
Amazing.
I know. She was like, it was funny and mortifying all at the same time. So I was like, wondered how many people actually put that out there just in case. Cause she was like, I've never done that since. She was like, cause that freaked me right
Yeah.
out.
Oh my god. No. No.
So she was like, oh, I don't like that character. She's thinking to myself, that's you.
Wild.
That is so funny. Oh, so yeah, I stayed up so late wanting to get to the end of your book. And I was kind of bittersweet because, it was over. But I got to the end in one go. I loved the way you ended it. Now, what made you go this way in ending up your story? And is there any chance you will ever write a sequel?
Giving too much away. I just, because they had kind of both stated their goals early on in the book, I kind of wanted it to end with their kind of dreams coming true. When you write
Yeah.
romance, I think as an author, that's your job. You know, and this is I will die on this hill. Romance is always happily ever after.
Yep. I think that's actually written somewhere.
I will
Romance
die
has
on
to have
I
a
will
happy
die
ever
on that
after.
hill. Like, if you're reading a romance or, you go to read a book and it says it's a rom-com romance, whatever in the romance genre, if it doesn't end that way, yeah, it's not a romance. So,
No, I
yeah.
feel the same way.
Yeah. That's the whole point of romance. I mean, oh, um, and to answer your second question, I as I don't think so. I don't think that I mean, I never say never, but I don't think so. I write standalones, and I'm not a big sequel fan of like, it's
Yeah.
not I'm not talking about series, a book series, perfect, but, like, even when it comes to movies and things like that, I'm like, uh, sometimes things are just better left alone, I think. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
wanna ruin it by having a follow-up book that maybe wasn't as good or, people didn't like, or I don't know. I just right now, I'm a no.
Well, what about writing another book and they're like side characters at some point? Like we see them again
I
at some
have
point.
had people ask if I would do a Nolan and Ruth book. Um,
Yes. Oh, I got chills.
maybe.
Well, a maybe's not
It's
a
not a
no.
no, it's not, but I
I
have
like
so
that.
many other books I need to write first, but, like, it's not a no.
Oh, I
Yeah, and
like that. Okay. I
sorry,
can
I love a good side character.
yeah,
Like,
that's why I that would be
yeah.
brilliant. Nolan, yes. I kind of crushed kinda hard on
Okay.
him too. Yeah, apparently I have a thing for vets as well, so maybe I'm hitting my vet era. Maybe it's just my 40s, I don't know. Just getting to that point where everything just looks good.
I hear ya.
Now, if you were gonna turn your book into a audiobook, what celebrity would you pick to narrate it if you could pick anybody, and why would you pick them?
I think for the female, for Jamie, I would pick, Pink. Right? I love
Ooh,
her voice. Even her
yes.
speaking voice, I'm obsessed with her voice, right? And she's
That's
like
smart.
she's got an edge and she would be feisty. I would pick her to read
Oh, brilliant. Love
Jamie.
that.
And for Clayton, I would pick, like, someone like Blake Shelton.
Oh, yeah, that would work. Yeah, I could see that totally working. I wonder what they would sound like singing together.
Probably great.
Like, that would be oh, I
Let's get
bet.
let's get
Like,
them
she's
to
got
do
yeah, I
that.
love her edgy vibe. That would be epic. Could you imagine they see this and they go, "Oh, let's give that a go."
You know
Especially
what?
the
I
lyrics from
think
your
it would
book.
be fantastic. They're both really great singers and yeah.
Yes.
Let's make it happen.
I could totally see yes. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna manifest that. I'm gonna manifest the crap out of it. Did you write the song lyrics that are in the book for that
Yes.
song? Was
Yes.
that you? Yeah? So have you written songs
No.
before? No? That was your first time?
I don't know
I
how
love
that would
that.
sound because I don't have that capacity. I don't have that talent. So I wrote a
Yeah.
few lyrics here and there, but I like in my head, it's not a melody or anything. They're just lyrics. Yes, no,
Because I
I
thought
am
maybe
not
you
a
had
songwriter by any stretch of the imagination.
maybe you had, like, got someone to help you because I was kinda singing it in my
Oh,
head. It is about as country as I can get.
yes, I wonder if other people do
Like,
that.
I don't know because I did it with Daisy Jones
I
too
did
when I
that in
was
Daisy
reading, like,
Jones
the
too.
little
I
lyrics.
was just like, "Huh, yeah."
Yeah, I think it just happens, you can't help it, you kind of, like, find a melody you probably already know, but are not conscious of it, and I was like, "Ooh, that's kinda catchy." I was like, it definitely was a country song. When I was reading it, I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's country. That's definitely not
yeah.
a rock song." I was with Clayton on that one. So, you obviously put a lot of attention to detail in your book, but what was your most unexpected challenge that you encountered while writing this book in particular?
Just like any book I write, like, it doesn't all like, I am definitely a plotter. Like, I will have, like, what happens in every chapter, and then it kind of doesn't all really come together until the end. So, I mean, just
Yeah.
fitting the puzzle pieces, and then sometimes you have to go back and then change things earlier that don't make sense for later. It is, I feel
Yeah.
like it's like a puzzle, writing a book for
Yeah.
me, right? All the pieces have to fit, and then you can move stuff around, and it's like yeah, I do like the control of all of that. You know? I have to admit, no, it is. It's like I'm just like, "Oh, but that doesn't work for this," and then I'm like, "Oh, I'll just change that, or
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
take it out or delete it," or like, a huge challenge for me for writing this book too is that I had to get it down to 400 pages. It was so much
oh, how many was it
I
before?
don't even know. It was so much longer. I had to cut scenes that I really loved because I was just like, it is too long." And that's always
Yeah.
sad when you have cut some
Yeah.
scenes, and no, he was right, he
A
was
little
right, I'm
bit.
happy with it, but that was another challenge, for sure.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. So do you ever, like the stuff that you pull out from, like, say, from this book, will you bank that away and maybe use it in
Probably
another
not.
book?
No.
No?
I'll keep it.
Yeah, I had 'cause
And,
I
like, as you
yeah,
said, like, if I end up doing, like, a Ruth and Nolan book, I might go back to it, but no, I'm, like, fresh start with a new book, like, so
that's definitely smart. I had an author on and she was like, yeah, she was like, "I found something," like, she had a banter scene, and she was like, "It didn't fit for that book, so I saved it for another book." And I started a whole 'nother book from that one, like, block.
crazy.
And I'm like, "Ooh, being an author is crazy." Well, you're all different. The way you write a book's not the same as anyone else I've had
Yeah.
on. It's every single one is different. One lady's like, "Yeah, I start at the end and work my way back." So I don't know how the book's gonna start till I get to
That's
I
insane.
finish writing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, "Really?" She was like, "Yeah, I have to know how it's gonna end to know how I got there, so I work my way
I've
backwards." I'm
never
like,
heard of that in my entire life.
"Me either. Me either." She was like, "Yeah." She's like, "It took me 6 months to get 4 chapters going linear." She said, "I finished the whole book in 6 weeks going backwards." Your face, I felt that with my
I don't even
soul.
know what to say.
You're all different.
Hey,
It's
whatever
amazing.
works.
Exactly. Now, for me as a reader, I'm really excited when I meet authors. You guys are like my rock stars, I guess. Can you describe a memorable interaction that you've ever had with a reader?
I've actually had a lot, because I do book signings, like, I go and do the conferences and everything, not only to meet the readers, but to meet other authors too. We have so much fun, and, like, I'm kind of, I wouldn't say an anomaly, but, like, I have a really big personality, so these conferences are great for me, and I know a lot of authors are just, like, a little more shy and introverted and, they go, but they're not like and I'm like, "Woo!" Like, I will go to, like, all the reader parties and, and a lot of authors don't go to those, but I'm just like, "I'm here, I'm down," right? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm that person. And yeah,
I love
so
that.
I love it when readers come, to my table or up to me at events and then they ask me questions about the book.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Like, and then I'm like I will talk about my book all day long. So yeah, I love that when they have specific questions. They're like, "Oh, do you think blah blah blah?" Or it just makes me so happy that they've thought about it so much that they come to the book signing or whatever with the question. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Wow, like, look at you." So, yeah, no, I
I
love
know.
readers
It
so
must be
much. They're so cute, and they love books, and it's such a great environment. Like, these
yes.
that I've been to anyway. Some I know have been problematic, but the ones that I've been to have been amazing, amazing. It's such a you have, like and I've been to some pretty big ones too, right? Big, signings, like, over 1,000 people, and, I would say it's, like,
Wow.
99% women too, um, which is nice. And it's like everyone is in a good mood. Everyone is respectful. Every it's such an amazing environment. And all of the authors too, we're all so supportive of each other. It's there's real there's room
Yeah.
for everyone. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've never, coming from the music industry where it's very like cutthroat and, women are treated like shit.
Mm.
Like this is
Yep.
amazing for me. I wish I had started this like 20 years ago.
And you wouldn't have all the
That's true.
background knowledge to write this amazing bad boy. This was great. No, I love that. I always hear the amazing things about authors together, the way that you guys support each other and look out for each other. And I don't know, it was just, I kind of wished I could write. I can't to save my life. I struggle with reviews sometimes. That's kind of what I do. So I couldn't even imagine. But I love that you guys have such
We
great
do.
support.
You
Incredible.
can even like an author you don't know, you can usually, ask a question like email, DM, whatever, and they'll get back to you. They're just like, "Hey, I got you. Like, this is how it works." Especially like, and I've had authors, like new authors, DM me. I've never been to a signing
Aw.
before. What do I need to know? And I'm like, boom, here you go. Like, there are no secrets here. We all want to help each other. And, everyone's at a different point in their author career too. So, hey, like,
Oh, for sure.
ask me
Yeah,
anything.
love
Yeah.
that. And you're so approachable too, so that's really handy.
Loud.
I'm
Yeah.
loud too. I actually don't find you loud at all. I actually think you're very calm in comparison.
Wonderful. Love it here.
I'm very loud. I'm that person that would be like, "Why is it so quiet in here? Let's
Yeah,
get
I've
going."
often asked for music at these signing events, and I'm just like, "Is there any music around?" And then, like, because there are lulls and people are going around, especially if it's a 2-day event, I'm like, "I wanna dance at my table." I'm like, "Bring it on, let's make this a party." Oh, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my god, I
people have
love
seen
that.
it.
Is there videos? I'd
Probably.
like to go look.
I'm sure.
I love that. So, you obviously have readers review your books. Now, do you go and read the reviews about your own books?
Sometimes I do, especially in the beginning when a book comes out, just because I wanna get a feel, of
Yeah.
what's working, what isn't working. But like any author, I will tell you, I will get like 100 great reviews, and then one person doesn't like it, and that one person just breaks my heart and sticks with me all day, and I focus on that. And yeah, so I would say when the book comes out, yeah, because I really want to, I want to get an idea of what people are kind of saying. But yeah, the unkind reviews are always shitty.
I'm the same way. I could have 1,000 people say something nice, but one person will just say something and I get really hurt feelings. I'm like, "Oh." It's hard to let that wash off you, but do you take the constructive criticism and work with
I
that,
mean,
or do you just keep
yeah,
plugging
like
on?
if it's if someone made a good point, but that's not usually the case.
No. I find that a lot of reviewers that say bad things about books tend to be in a
Yeah.
mood. They're either hungry or they didn't understand something because they were reading too quick and they missed something. I've had this happen. This girl was like, "Hey, I read this book and it was awful. They didn't explain this." I'm like, "Well, if you went back to page 217, you'd see she did." She's like, "Oh, I must have skipped that." I'm like, "Well, you might want to fix your review then because that's not her
Yeah.
fault.
Well,
That's
I mean, I've
yours."
had a couple, like, this doesn't happen a lot, but I've had a couple people being like, "Oh, I've gone through the first, like, 20 pages, didn't finish it, like, didn't like the book." I'm like, "Well, you didn't read it." Like, if you read my
Well,
whole
yeah.
book and you didn't like it, fine. But, like, if you read, like,
Yep.
the first few pages and decided that, like, it wasn't for you, then don't review it. I don't know.
No, I am on that. I will die on that hill too. If you haven't finished the book, you have no right
Yeah,
to say anything about it. You can put it on your D&F shelf and that's it.
I agree.
Yeah. It's a different matter if you get to the 100-page mark and you go, "Hey, I didn't continue because I didn't like the characters and I just couldn't, it wasn't for me." That's okay too, but you don't
Yeah,
star rate it
yeah.
ever because you've got
But
nothing
people
to rate there.
do.
You get to say
People
something.
do.
I know.
Anyway,
I
I've been lucky. Most of
know.
my reviews have been pretty good.
I did go have a look. That was one thing I did when I got your book was I just wanted to see how many people had said nice stuff, and most of the things that I saw were really positive. So I was like, "Oh, awesome." Okay. Now, who did the cover art for your book?
I work
Who
with
created
Tellwell
this?
Publishing out of Victoria, BC, and they did my cover. Yeah.
You know what? It's actually really nice. It sold me on what it was that you were trying to tell me, and it wasn't overdone. And I hate like people's faces on books when they take photos.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's not my thing. And I'm like,
Well,
I
I
like the
wanted it
cover. I think
to,
whoever
like,
designed your
I
cover did a
like
good job.
this kind of because it really does tell you, I think, from the cover that's a rom-com, right? And, like,
Yes.
I'll just put my book before that one. This is a rom-com too, right? You can tell kind of, so I'm a big believer in, like, kind of putting that on your book, that's kind of
Yeah.
obvious to me that that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Well, I do judge books
Yeah,
by their covers. Like, it's the
yeah,
first thing I do. If you didn't put effort into what you're showing me, why
yeah,
should I crack it
yeah,
open?
I agree. It really
But
is, and, like, I'm not an artist at all, so they just came and I was like, perfect. They just did it. Like they
Yeah.
drew it in Illustrator or whatever they use. And I was like, done. Like,
No. Someone understood
yeah,
the assignment. I love that. That's amazing. Now we've talked a lot about how you do your writing. Now, how much of the plot did you know in advance, and how much of it did you change
I
by the
say I
end of
knew
it?
about 90% of it. Yeah. Like
Wow.
I am very like I have an Excel spreadsheet. I'm like that person. No, I absolutely am. And it's like boom, 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 boom. And I just like then I write it. Like I couldn't imagine just sitting down at my computer and being like, well, like,
People
yes,
pantsers.
I am not
I
that.
thought they were having me on.
Imagine like just being like, just out of your ass, just like just can't imagine that. I know that there are people like that. Lots of authors are. I've been on panels where like I'm the only plotter and I'm like, you people are insane. Like,
Yeah. They just, yeah, because I interviewed someone called James last week, and he was like, yeah, I just type. And then I go, what do I have here? Well, okay, I know where I want to go next. I'm just going to type. And I'm like, that's
yeah,
scary.
no. No, 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 no.
That's crazy. I'm like, how do you end up where you want to get to? He was like, well, sometimes you
Well,
don't. I'm like, I just can't.
that's amazing. That's like the best answer ever, right? Just like, oh well, it just
It's like sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. Then he says he has to go back and he has to just kind
oh
of
no.
fix little bits. And I'm like, wow, I just like, I've never heard like, and I've interviewed quite a lot of authors, and I'm like, this is new. This is a scary
That is
realm
an
for me.
amazing answer though. It's just like, oh, well, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like,
It's okay though. I don't know. I have Post-its everywhere. I have separate calendars for everything in my house, and I have sticky dots and highlighters. I know exactly what's going on to the minute. I couldn't. Gave me
oh yeah.
anxiety to talk to him, to be perfectly
Same,
honest.
same. I would be like, "Oh, no." Like, "You should have seen me on this panel with all these pansters." I was just like I just couldn't even believe it. I was just like, "Am I doing this wrong?"
I can say after reading your book, you're definitely not. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, I haven't lost that much sleep since I had my
Oh,
5-year-old.
sorry, not sorry.
You know what? I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give her so much shit when I see her," and I'm like, "You know what? Actually, I had to read the book again, and I laughed again." Like, it wasn't one of those things where it was a one and done either, because there was some stuff in there I was just and I was wearing makeup, I don't do that very often, and it was pouring down my face.
I
I had, like,
will say
lines.
that that some of the pranks on tour, some of those are real. Like those happened
Really?
to bands that I know. So that is something that I will say that I did steal from my real life, that those pranks actually happened. So,
It's so it's so funny. The only band I've ever met, I was working on a ship that did the crossing from the UK to France, and we had
okay.
Lincoln Park on. And we had this mindset that they were gonna be nuts, that they were gonna break stuff and do stuff and drink. They came on, they had a pack of cards, they sat down, they had coffee, and they talked to all the staff, and that was all they did. They were the nicest bloody people I ever met. It was crazy. Preconceived notion that they were gonna be wild rock stars, and they came on. All the booze that we'd bought for, like, that no, they had coffee, they had sandwiches,
Yeah,
and they played
things have
cards. That was it.
changed.
I couldn't believe it. I could've I was blown away. I was just young too. I just had my son, so I'd have been like, oh, 22. And yeah, it was, I was like, wow, this is crazy, crazy. So that's the only time I've ever had that kind of experience, I guess, and it's not what you think. Like, a lot of these bands are just really nice, normal people.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, now they
Loved
have
it.
to, like, if they break shit or whatever on tour, like, they have to pay for that. Like, this is not, the days of Led
Yes.
Zeppelin and, those it's just like that just doesn't happen anymore. And the record companies don't have that kind of money anymore. And the culture has changed. And
Oh.
I'm not saying that there aren't bands that go out and tour and get wasted. Of course there are, but not on that level of destroying hotel rooms and
No.
all of the crazy shit that,
So
that you've heard about or read about.
be exhausted doing all this traveling around, doing like concerts and whatnot. I'd be wiped out. I'm a
Yeah,
baby.
it's
I like my
tough. It's
sleep.
like, no thanks. The touring life,
Yeah.
ugh,
I would.
no. Even if, like, you have all the money in the
No.
world, it's just like and there's so many boring moments on tour too, where you're waiting for your sound check, you're waiting to go on, you're waiting there's just so much waiting around, and, like, it's
Yeah.
easy, no wonder why, people drink and do drugs, it's boring, right? Like, they're just trying to pass the time.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do. I don't like I used to drink all the time. I don't drink anymore. I don't know what I'd
Yeah,
even do. There's only so much tea you can drink in a
true.
day. So true. So you obviously write a lot of books. Do you read too? Are
Oh,
you an
I
avid
read
reader?
all the time. All the time. I mean, I would write more books if I didn't read so many. Like,
That's the payoff right
yeah,
there.
yeah. And right now I am reading The Blue Sisters.
Ooh,
It's
that is a
very
good
good.
book.
Very, very good. I hope to finish it tomorrow, but it's excellent. So
Yeah, I enjoyed
yeah,
that
yeah.
one
No,
as
a huge
well.
reader. Huge, huge, huge. Oh my God, I have books on my e-reader, like, for years. I will never get through them, but yeah, reading's my favorite.
Too. That's why I do
Yeah,
this, so I can read more, and it helps me to be more versatile in my reading because I find books now that I wouldn't normally have been
same.
exposed to, and that is the magic for me.
Yeah, there are definitely books that I would never have known about, but I'm glad I, was introduced to them or, someone reviewed it and I saw it or whatever. So yeah.
I love that. But what book made you the reader you are today? What was that defining book
I
for you?
don't think there was one book. I've always been a big reader. When I was little, I read like the Judy Blume books. So I
Aw,
think that
yeah.
that's kind of what got me started, and I don't come from a family of readers either. Like, I was always like, "Can we go to the library? Can we" like, that was just all me. My grandmother on my dad's side was a huge reader, so it must have skipped a generation. Yeah, like, I didn't
Yeah.
grow up in a household where there were tons of books or I saw my parents read a book ever. They were, like, reading newspapers
Yeah.
and, you know, parental things like that, but, like, now that my parents are retired, I know that my dad does read, like, uh, books on wars and, biographies but not novels, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and my brother hasn't read a book since high school.
Wow. You know what? I don't think my brother has either.
It's crazy, I'm just
He
like,
is
'cause,
not a
like, he's
reader.
just like a finance guy, whatever, and, like, I was just like, he only read the books that he had to by assignment, and then he went to, university, was all financial math stuff, so he didn't have to read a book, and I'm just like, I couldn't imagine. Can you imagine your life without book? I mean, I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I
No.
even
I
did
I
that
think I
DNA
would rather
test
be
to see if
dead.
I was adopted.
You know
No, no,
what?
I did
Maybe
it,
you
I'm
are.
not, I'm actually my parents' kid. I did it like 10
I
years
think
ago, I'm
it's
just like,
just
"Oh, maybe, like" No, seriously, and then I got the results back and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck." Like, yeah.
so weird. I do come from a lot of readers. My mum, my aunt, my cousin, my eldest daughter. We're all
Yeah,
massive
and
readers, so it's not
yeah, and that's
unusual
the
for
way it
us.
usually happens, right? You're introduced to books by your parents or maybe an older sibling or something, but nope,
Yeah.
not me. Anyway, I'm the
No,
weirdo.
not my husband either. My husband wasn't either, but he used to go to the library and he was 8 and he was going in there looking for books on telepathy or mind control, stuff like that. And the librarian was like, "Okay, Michael, I can help you." I'm like, "Wow, you're
Yeah.
a weirdo." He's
I
like,
would
"Yep,
I would not wanna live in a world without books.
no, not
Yeah,
even
no
for a
thank you.
moment. No, thank you." I thought we'd wrap this up with a little
'Kay.
game of this or that, but we're gonna do it literary styles. So just tell me which one is
'Kay.
more like you. So, do you prefer hard copy books or e-reading? Yeah? What e-reader you got?
I do everything on my iPad.
Nice. So does my husband. So does my husband. I'm like, I would get distracted by notifications. It's like, oh no, you turn the internet off
Absolutely.
when you read. I'm like, yeah, he does the same thing. Do you prefer to, do you prefer writing in the morning or are you more of a night owl?
I'd say late morning, afternoon writer. So in between?
That's me as well. Yeah. You know why? Because if you're anything like me, you're not awake yet. So you have to be more lunchtime. And then evenings, you're already tired. So, yeah, that makes sense. Perfect sense. Now, are you more of a research person or an inspiration writer?
I'd say a bit of both, but maybe more research.
Yeah. You come
Yeah,
across that way. You like to
I
know all the
do.
deets first.
I
Oh,
really
actually
do.
quite like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Do you like
Sorry,
mountains?
sorta cut you off. I was
What'd you
gonna
say?
say the poker scene in here, I spent 3 days researching how to play poker.
Get
Yeah!
out. Did you really?
I've never played poker. I've
You
never
really
played
go
poker in
in.
my life.
I've played it once, and my at the time, she was 4-year-old daughter beat me. My like, yeah, I was first hand out every time. So we don't play
Yeah.
anymore because I
But no,
cried.
3 days of researching on how to play poker. So
It's crazy. But do
no,
you play now? Have you
no.
ever played with anybody? No? It's just one of those skills you're gonna bank now. God, I love that. That was brilliant. That's my favorite thing you've said. Okay. Do you prefer
Neither.
mountains or
I like being
beaches?
inside.
Yeah?
I
You're an
am an
indoor
indoor
person.
person.
So you would rather just stay inside and not worry about anything out
Yeah,
there.
and I live in Vancouver, which is beautiful. There are mountains and all of like, I know it's there. Like, I see it. It's pretty, but I'm not, like, gonna go, like, hike or can ski or anything. No. Bad things happen outside.
You know what? I agree with you. So do you prefer to stay home or
Home.
travel then? Are you not
Home.
much of traveling?
Oh,
Yeah.
I breezed through COVID. Like, I barely noticed.
I had 3 little kids, so we weren't going out anyway. My
Yeah,
life really didn't change.
same.
So funny.
I'm just like, "Oh, like, this is my usual." Like,
Yeah. The best part was that other people went and got
there
my
you go.
groceries for me, so I
Yeah.
actually kinda miss those days. That was very nice. Okay. Do you prefer
Tea.
tea or coffee? Ooh,
I
what kind of
drink
tea do you
usually
drink?
green tea. I can't drink coffee. I can't do the caffeine.
I can't drink it without sugar and milk, and I have to be more mindful of what I put in my body now because 'cause I'm old, so
Yeah,
I
I
had to
can't do
just stop.
caffeine. Never, just can't. I get all like, it's jittery and like, oh yeah, no, no, no
Really?
coffee for me.
No, I prefer my tea anyway, like, I drink Earl Grey a
Oh,
lot, like, I
Earl,
pretty much
yeah,
spend
it's a
all day
classic.
drinking that.
I do. Yeah,
It
I
is a
love Earl Grey.
classic, yeah. Definitely show my age now. So if you don't like going outside, do you have a favorite
Fall.
season?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I just like my fall clothes better.
Ah,
Yeah, and you
hoodies.
can layer
Like your
and it's
hoodies.
like, yeah, I like fall. I don't like it to be too hot or too cold.
No, I don't either. I don't either, actually. Are you sure we don't know each other? Because I feel like you're me right now. That's crazy. I hate because I like it when it's just like spring to summer when it's not too warm, but everything's just starting to wake up. Like, yeah, the same with fall, but we don't really
It's
get
true,
fall
you
here in
don't.
Calgary. It's
You don't.
blazing heat. No, it's
Yep.
blazing heat, snow.
Yeah.
There's
We
no
actually
in
get a really
between.
nice fall in Vancouver. Like, it's lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm slightly jealous. We don't here. We get 8 months of snow. It's snowing right now.
No,
We've
shut
got
up.
this much snow since last night. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go shovel before I
Girl.
go anywhere. No. Horrible. Horrible. My husband's from Salmon Arm originally. I'm like, why the hell did you come to
Yeah.
Alberta? It's like, I don't know. So are you more of a cat person or a dog
Dog.
person?
I have a dog.
Yeah.
He's here.
Do you?
Maybe
What
you can
kind of
see him.
dog?
Hold on. Finnegan.
Oh my
He
gosh, they're
is
so
a
cute.
half Shih Tzu, half
Get outta
Bichon, and
here.
he is the laziest dog in the world.
I love that. So you don't have to go out and even
No, he
walk them
doesn't
so
like
much
walks.
then. Oh, I'm crazy. We have rescue dogs, but I wanted a Chihuahua so bad, and she is a gremlin. She spent most of this interview, like, chewing on my hand. Yeah, talking about
Yeah,
you.
no, Finnegan is the
Oh, I
easiest
love
dog in the
dogs.
world, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I made a big mistake picking my feral little animal over there. Now, are you more for character-driven or plot-driven
Again,
stories?
both, but
Yeah.
probably plot. Yeah.
Yeah. You were really I think you were quite
Thanks, yeah,
balanced with the way you did
that's
everything.
I
I
think
thought
that's
there
the
was a nice
goal.
balance in there. But some people
No,
pick
I
one or
can't
the
do that.
other, and it was funny because I was wondering about your book, and I would have said
Yeah. Well, I
50-50.
mean,
It
for
was
me, like,
50%
the
characters.
character is obviously super important, but the plot more so. Like, for me, there has to be some sort of story there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you
Thanks.
nailed it for me. And my last question is, do you prefer originality in your stories or writing for reader expectations?
Originality. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For
you come
sure.
across that way.
You know, like, honestly, I couldn't write a book any other way. Um, no, no.
Perfect. I'm so glad that you said that because you were coming across that way to me. So it just proves I was right. And I love being right. So obviously, you are writing more books. What's your current work in progress? And when can readers expect to buy
I
something new
have
from
a
you?
book that's coming out August the 2nd. It's
Ooh,
it's my first book of women's fiction. Yes. And
ooh,
it's called Between
that's
You, Me,
exciting.
and the Fence Post.
More
No.
comedy?
I mean, there is some in there, obviously, I can't help myself. But it's women's fiction,
Comedic
meaning
moments?
that you're not necessarily gonna have your, happy ever after, happy ending. Yeah, it's gonna be, it's different. It's different for me. And then after this, I'm gonna do another rom-com. I already know it's already in here trying to come out. I'm trying to push it back while I,
Ooh.
finish this book. It always happened to me too when I was
Yeah.
finishing this, the women's fiction that I'm writing now was doing the same thing. They're just like, "Let me out, let me out." Like, it's like that. So right now I have my next
That's
rom-com that
crazy.
I'm trying to like, "You people need to chill out," so I can finish this. But yeah, basically, I mean, I can obviously the jacket and everything is out and the cover. The cover is, I commissioned a I licensed a painting. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it is, yeah, from a
I like
Canadian
that.
artist, and, I love it. I wish I don't have obviously a copy of the book or anything, but anyway, it's on my Instagram at Hunter Snow Books. And it's basically about an actress, and, she's in her early 40s, and, um, she kinda meets this, once popular rock star. He's also in his 40s. Yeah, so they have
Ooh.
that, and then, things happen, and he, has problems. Yeah, a lot of them. And so, of course, like, she's an empath, and she tries to save him and, do all the things, and, yeah, and at the end, chooses herself. Yeah,
Aw, I like the
yeah.
sound of that. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a good book.
I wouldn't say it's been, like, fun to write like this. Like, I love writing, but it's been difficult at times. It's been,
Oh, I
like,
bet.
I don't know if I'm gonna write more women's fiction. It's taken a lot out of me. But, yeah,
Yeah,
so
I bet.
yeah,
Heavy.
yeah. And I can tell you that my rom-com, because, like, my next book, that hopefully I'll start writing in the fall, um, it's
Yeah.
another, it's called Movie Music.
Ooh,
Yeah, and
I
it's
like the
and
sound of
it's,
that.
a second chance romance.
Oh, I love bars. Oh, you've definitely hooked me right in there. So you're talking about these new books and where people can find them. Why don't you let everybody know where they can buy your books and where they can
Sure,
find you on your
well, my books
socials?
are on Amazon, but they're also, like, Barnes& and Noble or Indigo in Canada, so, major, retailers will have my book. And, yeah, on Instagram, I'm at Hunter Snow Books. So, and like do have a
Nice.
TikTok and I do have Facebook, but I'm terrible at those things. So I'm just really like Instagram. I can't.
Yeah.
It's too much with all the things.
I can't I can't crack book talk. No matter what I do all the things they tell you to do. I'm lucky if I
Yeah.
get 300 views.
Yeah. I don't, you know what?
It's
I'm just
terrible.
honestly, I'm just too old. Like you know what I mean? Like I will, like when my book comes out, I will do some posts on TikTok and all of that stuff, and
Yeah.
I'll maybe update my Facebook a bit. I don't know, but like
Yeah.
I'm not a social media person. So Instagram though, I know
No.
how to do that.
I I love Instagram. That I feel more
Ew.
comfortable there. Everyone talks about vibes, and I'm like, I'm too old for vibes now. Like I like things where they're supposed to go. I like knowing how these things go together, and it still doesn't work. Like that's how it feels. Like the one girl burping on TikTok got like 4 million views, and I'm
It
like,
just,
wow.
it's for the kids.
Yeah, it really is. My daughter will see me on there and she's in college and she'll go, "Yeah, I had to make it so that I didn't see your stuff anymore. It's cringy." I'm like, "What kind of a word is cringy?" She's like, "Just go look at your content, mom. It'll tell you everything you need to know." I'm like, "Thanks. What a hoe."
Amazing. Yeah,
I thought,
I don't have any
yeah, she's a
kids, but if I did, I'm sure I would be like, number 1 cringe, like, but
yeah,
I can do Instagram. I feel like my people are there. I feel like, I can handle that.
good. I will be doing my review for your book hopefully sometime later today. It's not like we're going anywhere. And I gave you 5 stars, by the way. 5 stars. Yep, I don't give those out very often, but I couldn't help it.
I'll take it.
I
I'll
couldn't
take
help
it.
myself. Yeah, the guys, even if you're not country people, this book is incredible. Even if you feel like you're not maybe into rom-coms, you're wrong. You should grab this one because it's going to change your mind. And even if it's not your jam, that sitting on your shelf is going to look fabulous. Okay. So you just put it right behind you on your shelf and it's just a trophy. I've so enjoyed having you on, Hunter. I
Yeah,
hope we can do this again another time, maybe when another
definitely.
book comes out, because I'd love to know more about you and your incredible
Thank
writing
you.
journey. Guys, you should definitely follow Hunter. You should definitely be following me on Adulterers. And I hope that you have the reading week you deserve. And I'm going to catch you guys next week. Take care.